Yo, 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 it's your boy G-Dot, January 9th, about 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? This is officially my first video of 2011. So with that in mind, I just want to hope that everybody have a blessed and prosperous new year. There's a lot of people out there grinding, full-time grinding. You know what I'm saying? They say recession is a frame of mind. A lot of people embodying that concept and keeping it moving, man. Much love, much respect. Y'all know who y'all is. But anyways, first thing I want to address pertaining to my last video, I think I misspoke. I said something along the lines of we can argue, we can debate, but I don't want to argue. And I'm going to show you how powerful and how fluid thoughts are, because within 3 days of me recording it or posting it, I got into 2 debates within those first 3 days, and they were both kind of productive to say the least. So let me clarify what I mean by debate. It's having an understanding that we may not see things the same way or have the same concepts and the same understanding, but willing to sit down and listen to one another and perhaps come to a higher understanding, and perhaps see a higher truth. This is what I mean by debate, so we can build. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to talk to people who know everything and you already got everything figured out. You're on your path, you're on your journey, and you know everything. That's what's up. I don't want to disrupt your path, and I don't want you to disrupt mine. So with that being said, we're going to keep it moving. That's all I'm going to say on that topic. The main thing I want to address, I wish I would have called me earlier, man. I was at the park in downtown Tampa at Curtis Hickson Park. Absolutely beautiful scenery. I was out there for like 3 hours, and I went out there to the park by Peter Knight Airport on Davis Island. I'm telling you, try to recreate that feeling here. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard to do, but I'm going to try. Man, it was so beautiful. But anyways, the main concept of this video that I want to address is a question that's been asked to me several times. Actually quite recently and before. Do I believe in God? And I'll address that, and also what I think God is. And since I'm in a bit of a time crush, the first video I recorded was like 20 minutes, and I couldn't upload it to YouTube, so I'm going to try to make it short and sweet. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated anyway, but I could take it a little bit deeper. It's not that simple either. For the most part, this is what I think. God is energy. It's energy, you know what I'm saying? It's what I'm made of, you made of, all the animals, plants, dirt, water, all the elements. This substance that we can't seem to find, that man seeks to try to find. Some might call it seeking the mind of God. I think it's a worthy cause. I think that, that's what we should be trying to do. Try to come higher in our understanding of, what it is that, what that energy is. But, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what God is energy. As well as the devil. It's negative energy. You know what I mean? And these energies exist the same, and it's how can I put this? It's how we manipulate this energy, whether it's good or evil, which makes the characterizations of light and darkness are good and evil, you feel me? And I think the ancients understood this, and that's why we have so much symbolism and so many personifications and characterizations of God as being some kind of person or a spirit or some kind of entity, because they couldn't understand it either. So, they created storylines, and you have this guy, that guy representing this, that, and the other. It's all a characterization of the same energy. Now, I must say, sometimes I do have a problem when people, feel as if their path is the only path and their way is the only way. Sometimes I gotta speak my mind upon things like that, because I don't think it's accurate. So, yeah, whatever. Moving forward, yeah, it's pretty as simple as I can put it. It's like, I don't think God, judges us or looks at us in a way that we understand it, like as if we would look over a child or something like that. God doesn't, literally look at us in that sense. And that reminds me of a great quote that I heard. I forgot where I heard it from or who I heard it from or where it came from. And it says we're not going to die because of our sins, we're going to die from our sins. And what that means is before we make any action, we think it first. And with that thought, it happens in our mind, it happens in our subconscious mind, and it happens in our body. So let's say you plan on going to hit a lick, or you plan to kill somebody, or whatever the case is. You doing that shit to yourself first and foremost. So you killing your soul before you killing, the next person. So you're going to die because of your sin. And I think God judges us in that manner, not in a manner that He is, watching us and, playing like a judge behind the, tables, slamming the gavel and, thinking like we do. It's far more complex than we couldn't even fathom it. So, with that being said, I do think it's important to address fundamental concepts such as these moving forward in my videos. Like I said, it's really going to be based on metaphysical studies. For instance, I just brought a pendulum this weekend, something I should have done a long time ago, so I've been playing with my pendulum a lot. You know, things like dowsing rods, energy testing, different healing modalities, and pretty much the power that we all possess and the power that we can get back into once we discover the true nature of our true selves. And these are the things that I really want to talk about, but I do think it's important to address where I stand on certain issues and let you know I'm not talking from any bias. I'm not representing any spiritual or religious dogma, you know what I'm saying, any one belief. I've dibbled and dabbled in a lot of different things, a lot of different topics. You know, I've read the Bible, parts of the Emerald Tablets, the Dead Sea Scrolls, missing books from the Bible, Sumerian texts, interpretations of these things, interpretations of the hieroglyphs in Egypt, teachings that come from all around the world, that predate the Bible. So this is where I draw my knowledge from, you know what I'm saying, and this is just my perception of it. It's not right or wrong. It's just what I'm on. That's what I'm looking to build. I'm not sitting here trying to teach you or tell you what I think I know. I think there's very little that we know in this universe, but I think we can begin to come to a higher understanding. I think we could leave the fairy tales alone and go straight to the source at this time. You know what I'm saying? We're at that point. We can do it. So moving forward, my last couple of videos that I recorded lost volume, so I'm not going to make this one too long, hoping this one will go through, you know what I'm saying. I ain't got no recording equipment, you know what I'm saying. Lord, where you at? So the TV stand up, you know what I'm saying. Speaking of, let me get a little product placement, Joe, I see you, boy. But yeah, we're going to dive into a lot of different topics. We're going to get into the NWO, Illuminati, Bilderberg group type shit. All that shit isn't really important. It's 2012 bullshit, all these doomsday prophecies. I think it's important to know, because you got to know in order to move beyond it. But it don't matter. It really doesn't fucking matter. But you do have to know about it in order to know that it doesn't matter, because it's better than being oblivious to it. You know what I'm saying? When you're just completely oblivious to it, you're really leaving yourself in a vulnerable situation. And I think people aren't into it because they don't understand how it affects their daily lives. And when you sit back and look at it, these things really do matter. This elite class really has, the world manipulated on a very deep level, not just on a material level, but also on a spiritual level, where they're trying to get there. Your soul is indestructible, and it can't be harmed by any force of this earth. So it's going to be hard for them to do. But the thing is, this is one of the ways that I got into this stuff, is trying to figure out who are these people that have all this power and how did they get it. And that's what kind of led me on that journey. And understanding they know these concepts and they know this knowledge, and what they're doing is using it to their advantage, using it for their own advantage, using it to their own agenda, and they're using it against us to perfection, and everybody's falling for it. It's like I was talking to Joe earlier. We were talking about the Willie Lynch letters. Not enough people know about them. That's a biased reading for everybody. Willie Lynch letters, How to Make a Slave, and that gives us a little insight and understanding in how they seek to control us, and you can see the results of it every day. And that's why I do, sometimes I do take offense to the way people act. I'm not mad at the world. The fuck? I need to be mad at the world for, Anyways, let me check what the time is, man. I don't want to go over my time, man. Had to try to re-record this again. What it is. We at 8 minutes. I think that's good. So, man, y'all stay tuned to Dose 3. You know what I'm saying? The third video. Look forward to some more exciting concepts, man. I just brought this book called Theta Healing. And, it's talking about, I'm going to get into it later, but this is really amazing stuff. The power of God. You know what I'm saying? The power of God is truly amazing. And, yeah, stay tuned.